I like the point you made about FSBOs. They're an amazing source of leads. Sign in the front yard, they're holding their hand up, they're saying, you know what, I want to sell my home. I want to sell my home. And you just have to get them over that hump of hiring an agent. And there's, what's NAR's stat right now? 80?
It's in the 80 percentile range. And the other stat is that realtors get a significantly higher price than the for sale by owners do. But you've got to develop some dialogue. And it can't sound canned. But when they say, we're not in a hurry, that's a good one that I hear. Well, we're not really in a hurry. I'm sure you're not. However, you've got a sign in the yard. You're advertising on Zillow, on Craigslist, on Trulia, and you're doing an open house today. So there is obviously some level of motivation here. So see, you diffuse that, okay? We've had a bad past experience with a broker. Well, I'm sure you have. There are a lot of realtors, just like in any industry, you can have a bad experience. However, if you'll give me a few minutes of your time, I'd like to show you there's an opportunity to have a good experience, okay? We can't afford to pay a broker 6%. Okay, how much can you afford to pay? What would you be willing to pay? What's wrong with asking just basic questions like that? We've done this before. What market was that in? You know, was that here in this market, or when was that? Because, you know, things have changed over the years. And do you think you saved money by doing that? Did you discount the property since you didn't use a broker? And if you did you discount your savings away and take on all that liability yourself? I mean, but you don't want to challenge them. I think the mistake a lot of brokers make are they say, you need a broker, you can't do this on your own. And that people are still doing that. And that is not going to work in today's market. Do not take that approach. Be casual, relaxed, lay back, but have your dialogues and your scripts down and interject it in your conversation in a way that it flows and it doesn't sound like a canned dialogue.
Yeah, because what I hear with, when are you going to hire a professional? You have to have an agent who says, I'm incompetent, I'm stupid for trying, I'm going to fail. It's like creating more resistance. But I like how you mentioned.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Why are you guys doing this by your? And let them tell you. Let them tell you. Just shut up and let them tell you. They will let them do the talking. Okay. Sometimes they think we want to talk about what we know. Let them talk, and they'll tell you. You know, or they just bought the house a year ago, maybe, and now they're being relocated. Okay. The bottom line is, and it's hard for the consumer to accept this, but we know this in the industry, that the majority of qualified buyers are working with an agent. Okay. Well, when you've got your for sale by owner sign out there, if you're not willing to at least co-op with a broker, you just cut yourself out of about 90% of the market. So now you've got this tiny percent of the market to work with, and most of those guys that would shop with a for sale by owner are looking for a deal. So how do you save by selling by owner when you're looking at such a tiny percent of the market that's looking for a deal? What about qualified buyers that are willing to pay, that are working with an agent and willing to pay market value based on MLS comps? Okay, so I think when you can, and most of the for sale by owners, I'll say, well, where did you get your sales data from? Well, they're getting it from the sold comps in the MLS. Why are they doing that? Because those are the highest prices. Realtors get the highest price. That's why they're using our data. So you subtly interject these things. And then the other thing that you talked about is, who's your title company? Okay, and have you prepared any of the state disclosures? Who's going to write the contract? How much is your attorney going to charge you? Who's going to hold the escrow at the top? Earnest money. You create doubt in their mind because they already have it anyway. You subtly create a little bit of doubt so that in their mind they're thinking, maybe this wasn't the best idea. Okay, and so I think those are the techniques that have worked for me in the past.
And you're taking small steps.
It's small steps. Yeah, you don't hit them with that all at once, and you don't even use it all the time. Whatever is applicable, you have that dialogue handy, and then you can pull it out and use it when you need it. Okay.
It sounds.
It's not as easy as it sounds, but it's better than nothing. It's better than walking in unprepared with no dialogue and just trying to hope you get lucky. Our business is not about luck. It's about skill. Every now and then you can get lucky, but in my experience, the majority of the time, successful brokers are skilled, not lucky.